What we've been talking about is these are things which are different about online learning from face-to-face learning. So here's a kind of a provocative question. I think I know what your answer is going to be to this, Nick. They're so different that they can't be put together, or they can be put together, right? So maybe we can start with you, Nick, because I know you've got an opinion about this. Like, are the discursive dynamics and the pedagogical dynamics so intrinsically different, per courtesy of technology, per courtesy of the demographics, which are going to be different, per courtesy of there are a lot of things which we know are different. Are they so different they can't be brought together, and if we bring them together, how do we do it?
Yeah, I'll be brief. You know, I do have a lot to say about this. Number one, my online teaching has improved my in-class teaching in all sorts of ways. Number two, I'm increasingly bringing elements of online teaching into my on-campus teaching, asynchronous discussion forum to supplement the in-class discussion, which you can use in different ways to do different things than in-class discussion. I do teach these sort of blended or hybrid or dual mode classes now that combine both kinds of students in one class. I just think we need to get past this dichotomous way of thinking. I think we probably all have had this experience. The fact is, these are all resources, and good teaching is using the broadest range of tools that you have available to you to fit different learners, different learning styles, different learner locations. And I think the proliferation of options has definitely improved my teaching. I don't see any reason why we need to keep these separate as two kinds of classes or two kinds of students. Everything that's been happening over especially the last decade or so, is creating, I think, a greater fusion between these modalities.
Yeah, I think I would also agree with that. And I think probably even if I talk about what I think are the particular affordances of online learning, the intensity of the seminar-like contentious dialogue over an issue is something I would want to keep preserved in online learning. I'm very glad that we have the ability to do synchronous learning, because I think that intensity of working over ideas together with people who are taking it from different directions, who are coming either from different regions, from different ideological positions, different identity positions, is just it's a key part of graduate studies, I think, in our department, in our college. And to me, that's one of the things, even as I say, online learning has changed the way I do face-to-face learning, that is the thing from face-to-face learning that I really want to keep present in online learning. And I'll say present too, because when I talk to students who are interested in applying to our programs, what they are interested in is making their presence known to us. And so the fact, and I don't think it maybe at the end of the day matters how we communicate to them, but the students that I've talked to, and probably it's because it confirms what I would like to hear about it, enjoy the spontaneity and the energy and the urgency of conversation, especially conversations about things that will have an impact on their professional development and the improvement of schools. But they want to hold one another accountable. They want to call one another on privileges that they might have in terms of race, social class, ethnicities, sexual orientation, gender. And they want to have those conversations in a way that takes them seriously as academic and also professional conversations, but also academic. There's something about the time apart. And coming from a philosophy background, maybe I'm interested in that too, but there's something about the time apart from their professional pressures to have those conversations, I think, has been really important in how we design the synchronous experiences.
Couple of brief points. The first one is that online learning, online teaching is not one thing. There's a tremendous variety of affordances, and I think one of the things that I'm proud of in our department at the college is that we're really trying to push the transformative potential of online learning to as far a degree as possible. I've seen online learning in other contexts that are just as boring and just as instructor-led, the face on screen, the monotonous lecture as any old classroom undergraduate lecture. So classroom learning challenges you to really take advantage of rethinking what higher education can be and should be all about. And lest we forget, the current model of campus-based higher education is an industrial model. right? It takes advantage of large numbers of people with small number of resources, i.e. instructors, and delivers what we call education in a industrial production line kind of manner. It is not the best way, as Nick so eloquently reminds us, it is not the best way to learn for a large number of individuals. So online learning has a lot of potential, but it needs effort, it needs the dedication to put in the effort and take advantage of the variety of learning affordances, which, by the way, is what the new workplace looks like, right? So you can make the distinction between an instructor-centered education and a supervisor-centered work performance. Well, work in the 21st century requires anything but following strictly what the supervisor tells you. It requires initiative, engagement, motivation, and all the good things that we're trying to foster in an online environment.